You just bought yourself a new car, or maybe you've had your truck for years. But here's the thing, if you're still listening to that factory stereo, you are missing out on half the music. I've been testing car audio gear for years, and in this video, I'm breaking down the top 5 best car subwoofers that will finally give you that deep, punchy bass your ride deserves. Make sure you check the description box below. I've linked every single product for you. Number 5. VIKEJIEBIV 10-inch 1000-watt slim underseat subwoofer with RGB lighting. We're starting with a subwoofer that proves you don't need a giant box in your trunk to get serious low-end. The VIKEJIEBIV 1000-watt slim subwoofer is where we begin. If you drive a truck, an SUV, or a Jeep where space is tight, this thing is a game changer. It's only 3.5 inches slim, meaning it slides right under your seat completely out of sight. But don't let the size fool you. This 10-inch driver with a dual-layer voice coil delivers theater-grade bass down to 20 Hz, which is deep enough to feel cinematic explosions in your chest. What I really love is the built-in RGB LED lighting. Those sleek light rings sync in real time with your music's bass, pulsing and glowing with every beat. It turns your night drives into an immersive light show. It's also off-road ready with triple protection circuitry against overheating, short circuits, and overloads. Plus, it has a built-in high/low converter, so it works with your factory stereo right out of the box. No extra adapters needed. For under $70, this is the best entry-level underseat subwoofer you can buy. Number 4 is for you. The 7-Tour 10-inch 1200-watt subwoofer. This isn't a powered subwoofer with a built-in amp. This is a traditional raw driver, which means you get to choose your own amplifier and enclosure. And for the price, the specs are impressive. You're looking at 1,200 watts peak power, 600 watts RMS, which is serious power handling for a sub in this price range. It uses dual 40-ounce high-strength magnets to keep that cone moving accurately, and the frequency response starts at a very low 28 Hz. That means it can produce those really deep, rumbling tones that you feel in your bones. The sensitivity is 82 decibels, so you'll need a decent amp to drive it, but once you do, this thing pounds. It's Amazon's choice for a reason, with over 120 ratings and a 4.2-star average. If you're building a custom trunk setup and want maximum bang for your buck, the 7-Tour is a no-brainer. Number 3. Znclces 08 ASW 400 watts 8-inch compact underseat subwoofer. Moving to number 3, we have another underseat option, but this time from a brand that focuses on sound clarity over flashy lights. The Znclces 8-inch powered subwoofer. Now this one is only 400 watts peak, which is lower than the others, but don't scroll past it. Sometimes you don't need earth-shattering bass. Sometimes you want clean, accurate, distortion-free low-end that fills out your music without rattling your license plate off. And that's exactly what the Znclces delivers. It has a total harmonic distortion of less than 0.5%, which is incredibly clean for an underseat sub. The signal-to-noise ratio is above 90 decibels, meaning you get crystal clear sound even at higher volumes. It gives you full control with a customizable bass boost from 0 to plus 12 decibels and a low-pass filter that you can adjust between 50 and 150 Hz. It even has a subsonic filter at 20 Hz to remove unwanted rumble. This is the perfect subwoofer for someone who listens to rock, jazz, or acoustic music and just wants to add a little warmth and depth. It's subtle, it's refined, and it fits anywhere. Number 2. VIKEJIEBIV 1200 watts slim underseat car subwoofer with ambient light. Alright, now we're getting into the heavy hitters. Number 2 is the VIKEJIEBIV 1200 watt slim underseat subwoofer, and this one brings both power and personality. First, let's talk about the bass. This thing uses a racetrack-shaped driver design, which gives you more surface area in a compact footprint. The result is 1,200 watts of peak power and 300 watts RMS, which is substantial for an underseat unit. But what makes this subwoofer stand out is the beat-synced blue ambient light. The LED ring actually jumps and pulses with every musical note, turning your car interior into a mobile party. It's not just a gimmick either. The housing is made of cast aluminum, which acts as a heat sink, keeping the amplifier cool even when you're pushing it hard for hours. That means less thermal shutdown and more consistent performance. You get individual control knobs for low-pass filter, bass boost, gain, and volume, so you can dial in exactly the sound you want. The frequency response goes from 20 Hz all the way up to 500 Hz, which gives you a lot of flexibility in blending with your door speakers. Over 500 people bought this in the past month alone, and for good reason. It's loud, it's flashy, and it fits under almost any seat at just 2.76 inches tall. If you want to feel your music and see it at the same time, this is the one. Number 1. Znclces 2025 Upgraded 10-inch 1,200-watt Slim Underseat Powered Car Subwoofer. And finally, we have reached the top spot, the best car subwoofer you can buy right now, the Znclces 2025 Upgraded 10-inch Powered Subwoofer. This is the #1 bestseller in car subwoofer boxes and enclosures on Amazon for a reason. It's not the cheapest and it's not the flashiest, but it is the most complete, well-engineered package you will find under $100. Let me break down why this takes the crown. First, the heat dissipation. Most subwoofers use cheap iron shells that trap heat, especially when you slide them under a seat where airflow is limited. The Znclces uses a cast aluminum shell that improves heat dissipation by 3 times compared to traditional designs. That means you can crank this thing for hours on a road trip and it will keep performing without overheating or going into protection mode. Second, the app-controlled lighting. Yes, you read that right. This subwoofer has a blue LED light ring, but unlike the others, you can actually control it with a smartphone app. You can turn the light on or off, change the brightness, or set it to sync with your music. That level of customization is usually only found on much more expensive gear. Third, the included remote control. Znclces gives you a physical remote that lets you adjust gain, bass boost, and crossover without touching the subwoofer itself. You can mount this remote somewhere within reach, like under your dashboard, and instantly dial up or down the bass depending on the song. No more reaching under your seat while driving. Fourth, the sound quality. With 1,200 watts peak and 220 watts RMS, it won't win any SPL competitions, but for an underseat subwoofer, it's plenty loud. The frequency response is 20 Hz to 150 Hz, covering all the low end you actually need. Total harmonic distortion is under 0.4%, and the signal-to-noise ratio is above 90 decibels. That means clean, punchy, distortion-free bass. Fifth, the installation flexibility. It accepts both high-level and low-level RCA inputs, so it works with factory stereos and aftermarket head units alike. It has automatic turn-on technology, so you don't need to run a remote wire. And it comes with thermal, short circuit, and overload protection. So there you have it, the top 5 car subwoofers on Amazon right now. Thanks for watching.